Hi everybody, it's Terry at Painted Garden Farm, and I'm just fixing my little camera lighting there. I was not able to do a live video because the way my channel is not ready for, I'm not allowed to do mobile streaming yet for some reason. I don't know why, and I'm going to have to look into that. I can live stream from my computer, but I can't craft at my computer because there's not enough room there. So let me find out what that is all about so that the next time I want to live stream from my craft room, I can do it. And until then, let's do the angel craft I've been talking about. What I am going to make is this cute little angel. I have one here that's done except I don't have a ribbon on it. And this one it's got a pearl metallic finish on it. And it's done in kind of a little quilted pattern pressed into it. And it's very cute, I think. And so far everybody else has thought they were cute too. I'm going to do a little bit different design. So let's get started. What you're going to need. This is Glad Press and Seal Wrap. Some people say to do this on wax paper, but I find that the moisture of the clay, sorry for the ripping noise over my voice, the moisture of the clay will do a job on wax paper almost as bad as it would on regular paper. It sort of absorbs into it and makes it break up and tear up and stick to your piece when you're trying to peel it off of the paper. So I take some Glad Press and Seal Wrap and put it down on my surface because it protects my surface. It makes it easier to lift my my piece of work up when I'm done. This is Das Air Dry Modeling Clay. You need the air dry unless you have a kiln. I don't. This is white air dry modeling clay. If you want to do a totally different look, they have some that comes in gray, in stone, in terracotta. For this project, we're using white. And the reason I'm doing this angel now, because I did them, I did Christmas ornaments in all sort of shapes, stars, snowflakes, angels, bells, and I did them all with this method, but some people really enjoyed the angels, and the angels, let's face it, angels are all year round. If you believe in angels, I believe my angels are always with me, always guiding me, always helping me out. I just opened this clay, and it looks like there's lint on it. I did have a day when my dog got into the clay and thought she was stealing a snack, and I think when she... Is that lint or is it just wrinkles? I don't know. Anyway, I am going to grab a hunk of this clay. Even if there's pieces of hair in it and lint, it'll work because it's going to get painted. Alright, so I just grabbed off a good size hunk, and I'm going to work it for a couple of seconds in my hand. This brand, I used a different brand previously. This brand is a little bit different. It's a little bit wetter. I saved it by wrapping it up in plastic wrap and putting it in a Ziploc bag and squeezing out all the air. And that has worked out pretty well for preserving it. It comes in kind of like a Mylar type of package. So you got to really make sure if you're not using it all at once that you seal it up pretty darn tight. I also have for this project, ready and handy to me, this is a rolling pin used for the phyllo modeling clay, the stuff that you bake in the oven. It comes in colors. Actually, I have some of it right here, almost handy. Oh, Sculpey. Sculpey is also called Sculpey, but it is called phyllo as well. Boy, this stuff is so hard. is probably baked from my old craft room at my old house. The sun used to hit that thing, and man, it got hot in there. It probably baked right in the package. I don't know if it's any good, but you can get these online. They're just basically a slice of a plastic rod that works as a rolling pin for Sculpey clay. Another item you're going to want to have is any kind of cut glass, cheap cut glass, bowl, cup, vase, something that has a design in it, because that's going to be pressing your design into your clay. So, to get started, without further ado, before my camera runs out of recording space, I'm going to roll this stuff out. I also need to hurry up because I am afraid of how long this clay should be sitting out. So, let me suck down some more of this coffee. Thank goodness I have a paper towel here because of my vigorous rolling pinning. Is that a term, rolling pinning? My vigorous rolling is making my coffee slosh, so I'm just setting it on a bounty. Try to suck down some more. And I wore lipstick today. Why? Because I can. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm in my house. I can put lipstick on for once. Sorry, I'm so slurpy. So anyway, the reason I wanted to make an angel again after Christmas is because my niece Sarah is going through some things. She's got a lot going on in her life. Some good, some bad. She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. And I just wanted to give her something to remind her that her angels are with her. And, you know, to let her know I'm thinking of her. Not a lot I can do to help her out with the situations that are presenting themselves at this time. But sometimes just knowing somebody cares is enough, right? So you want to roll this out. The original instructions I read was to like a 1/4 inch thick or something like that. Roll it whatever you like. I do it so if it's a 1/4 inch, it's okay. I mean, this one, I'd say after everything is a little over 1/8 of an inch. This one's not painted yet. That probably was a 1/4 inch until I pressed the glass into it. So, I think you can see where we're going with this, since I just said press the glass into it. Now, one thing with this clay, when I use this roller, it makes wrinkles in it. Like baggy, saggy elephant skin. I don't know why. It just sort of pushes it along. I don't know if there's air. I don't know what it is. So, it's sort of like, I don't know if it's like skidding and rolling at the same time. That's the only thing I could think would do that. Alright, so I have my flat piece of clay. If I wanted to make a whole bunch of these at a time, I could. The last item I need for this, prior to drying and painting, is my angel cookie cutter. I know you know where to get these. Pretty much anywhere. Go on Amazon if you can't find one. Or you can just take a knife, a clay knife, a sculpting knife, or something like that. Cut any shape you want, but you can cut, you know, an angel, trace one on paper and cut around it on your clay. So next, now the reason I use this bowl is I love these little really delicate, swirly, curly, well-defined patterns. And it goes from the swirly curly into the little diamonds and dots and stuff like that. It's a really fine pattern. Other things I've used make kind of like chunky diamonds and stuff like that, and that's cool depending on what you do. But on these angels, And I just want to meditate for 1 second on Sarah and really be thinking of her while I make this for her. Okay. And so, again, we got whirly swirlies, we got little, all kind of little designs in here, emblems and things. So all I'm going to do is press and kind of roll.
Here's what I found.
I'm not talking to you, Google. Google thinks I'm talking to her. Press and roll, and I just sort of press it around and press it around some more, and I go in and until everywhere is covered that I want to have designs. And they can go over each other. Overlapping is fine. Go around the edges. Get everywhere on the clay. Even though the angel is not going to take up the whole clay because you might see a spot. You're going to be trying this angel in different spots to see how it's going to look when it lands and how it's going to press out. So you want to make sure everywhere is covered with something. All right. Redo the diamond cuts here. All right. And go around this little bit and this little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. If you get done to this point and you say that looks like crap no matter where I lay my angel, smush it up and start over. But I think I am going to lay my angel right here. Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't like that. There's kind of a mark that goes across it that I didn't like there. So I'll just keep trying until I find the perfect spot. And see why I said to put it. Okay. Maybe I'm going to press a little more on this. I'm just not liking right around here. Okay. Try this again. Alright. Press it down. Peel it back. Now, obviously, if I was making a bunch of these at one time, I just smush this up, roll it out again, just repeat the process. But for now, I'm just going to let this lie. Now, the next step is, and what did I had sculpting tools over here earlier. Sugar. Skip it. I have a straw. So, one thing I always do is make sure there is a little hole in my angel's head because I like to put something to hang the angel, like a ribbon or a lace of some sort, through there. So I take my straw, the end of my straw, and I put it at the top of the angel's head, very centered, close to the top, but not making it too narrow. And then I sort of pinch, come on, the straw's a little bigger than I like for this process, but alright. And if you pinch the straw just right, usually, kind of wrecking it. I don't like this. Where's this something picky that I can get that out with? Bear with me for 1 second while I step and rummage through these drawers. I thought I left it right on this table so that I'd have it handy. But apparently I was mistaken. Oh, here it is. I did, and then when I cleared off my table, I put it on the floor. I found my little clay tools. Wish I found it sooner because I don't like how the straw works on this. It made the hole a little bigger than I wanted, but I think it actually would be okay with the ribbon that I plan to use in there. So this has a little pokey thing and a little flat thing. So I'm going to use it to pick that little stubborn little piece out of the middle of the angel's head. Okay, it's not working out for me here. What I'm going to do is lift this up a little and pick up the whole angel and leave that little dollop there. Okay. So my angel has kind of a big hole in her head. You know what that means? That means I'm going to do this again. I'm going to start out partly flattened already. And roll out. Drink my coffee before it spills again. I am sucking this coffee down deep, but okay. See, this thing is sliding. This little acrylic doohickey, and look, it made it bubble and made it pop. And I think I found this acrylic thing on eBay for cheap money. And all it is a thick acrylic rod. Somebody's making a killing making these things. They probably paid like $8 for a piece of plastic. But we do what we must when we craft. We pay what we must. This was in the days before Dollar Tree. Alright, again with the ball. This is going to be much more random because I'm not trying to be too cute. Another thing, you want to make sure the glass that you use for this is kind of solid, not real thin, frail, delicate glass. A little bit of thickness, something that when you press down on it, it's not going to crack in your hands and, you know, aside from ruining a piece of glass, cut you to ribbons and ruin your project. I think I like this one better already. something. I keep getting some cuts from the edge. Okay, and we're pressing it down. And we're peeling it off. And like I said, if I was doing multiples of these at once, I would press them all in before I peeled this off, take the excess, roll it out again. Now, I'm going to use this and just drill a hole where I want it. And peel up your press and peel. It makes it easier to peel up your angel. So again, without stabbing myself. All right. So all right. Much more acceptable hole in the head. If a hole in the head can ever be acceptable. Okay, so I'm going to lay these aside to air dry now. These take several days to air dry. It's recommended to put them on a cookie cooling rack, but with wax paper under it so it doesn't get the print of the cookie rack. It still gets the print of the cookie rack. I don't know whose bright idea that was. But, you know, it's up to you. Because what's the point of putting it on a cookie rack if you're going to put something solid under it that the air's not flowing through, you know. But whatever. I have, just because I like to follow directions, I've been putting it on wax paper or plastic on a cookie rack. So, through the magic of television, we have a done one, already dried. I don't like that one. This is another one of the quilted ones, and I doubt you can see, but it got like that wrinkly texture to it, and it didn't come out with the quilting, so that's why I ended up never really doing anything and giving these to anybody. And I have my metallic paint. Now this is Rethunk Junk Resin Metals paint. It's Rethunk Junk by Laura if you want to check them out online. This is my favorite paint for everything. I use Rethunk Junk paint for all my furniture flips. Unless I'm doing stenciling, in which case I use something else. But she has beautiful colors. The paints are resin. They don't stink. They cover everything. She's got all the tools and tips and tricks and stuff on her Facebook and YouTube channels. If you go on her website, and I don't get paid to talk about it, but I'm just saying this is what I like to use. This is my favorite product. I'm recommending it. Laura, if you see my video and you want to send me a coupon, also known as a coupon, I will not be averse to using it. But anyway, I love her stuff. The colors are fabulous. I'll show you sometimes some pieces I'm working on and stuff when I do furniture flip videos. So, I have a little art brush here. And so on this piece, I did not, and I should have, see around the edges is kind of like fuzzy, and I think some of that's paper, to be honest with you. But it's a little rough. And what I've done in the past is use either an old nail file or a sanding block. And I can actually do this with my little tool. And scrape off some of that excess rough stuff. Because it just doesn't look pretty. And I won't sit here and do it forever. And like I said, I don't really especially love this piece, so I probably would never give it to anybody. But what happened is, after I made these for Christmas, I just brought them in that same bowl that I'm using. I brought them to work and said, hey, does anybody want to buy a Christmas ornament? I have them for $5. Well, I think I did like $3 each or 2 for $5 or something like that. Only because it was my coworkers and friends. Otherwise, it would have been $5 each. And anyway, I sat there and you know, I did with a nail file or something. But anyway, one of my coworkers came back and said, my wife wants 2 more of those. And he picked out, he wasn't sure what it was, so he picked out like 2 snowflakes. All the angels were gone. But what she had wanted was the angels because she thought, oh, those are pretty to put, you know, with a sympathy card or something like that. And I thought, geez, you know, everybody can use some encouragement and sympathy and condolences, or, you know, even any kind of little happy spiritual message now and then can be accompanied by an angel. Because if you believe like I do, our angels are with us. We can talk to them. And I think they're listening and looking out for us. But I'm not going to get deep into religion and politics on my channel, but I'm just saying that's my personal belief. And you can believe what you like to believe, and you can think angels are just a cute little thing like fairies, or you can think angels are a powerful being. But I like angels. Anyway, so I do a coat, 1 coat on each side of these. So I did the coat all the way around it. I got a little paint on my hands, but life's more fun when you're dirty. And I get a good thorough coat on the top. I just like to go over, because where we have all these little divots and wrinkles and stuff like that in this piece, we want to make sure that the paint is on thick enough to fill in all those holes, but not so thick that it totally fills in all the holes. Like, we want the color in there, but we don't want it to, like, you know, smooth them all out. So this one, I didn't do a good job on it. It's the long and short of it. I stuck it up. So I did the front of that one first. Most of the time I do the backs of them first and then go to the front. One thing I had liked about this one, it was partly quilted, and then I liked how, I don't know if you could see, it's hard to show white things on here. The wings actually came out looking like wings, like feathery, and I can't get an angle that you can see it. But, you know, regardless, that's that. So I'm going to let that dry, and once it's dry on the front, I will flip it over and let it dry in the back. That'll be dry, and this paint dries pretty quickly, so probably in an hour I'll be able to come back here and dry it on the other side, and then put in a ribbon. And you can have your choice of ribbon. This is a sparkly pipe cleaner from Dollar Tree, and those easily, if you're using these as an ornament, that can easily be your hanger. But I like to use different kinds of ribbons and laces, and of course I don't have any of them here. The one I think I'm going to use for this is kind of, so it's like a braid type of, like a, something like, shaped almost like the old-timey bric-a-brac, but it's different colors woven together. And, oh, I have it here. It is so pretty. And I might actually have to use the one that the angel with the big hole in its head from the straw. But I like all the rainbow colors in it. So And I think that can be part of the message on the angel, is that life can be sad sometimes, but there's always some bright colors in there somewhere. So, that being said, I'm going to wish you well. I'm going to go wash my dirty hands. I'm going to let the angel dry, and I will say goodnight. I wish you all the best, and I hope you will hit subscribe and like this video. I'm trying to build my channel, and I think I might have a giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. And I'm quite a ways away from that, so do me a favor and let's hook it up. Hook me up with some likes and subscribes, and I will hook you up with, I don't know yet, I'll figure something out. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Stay dirty. God bless.